I paid. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down, I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Let the haters talk, let the rumors fly. I ain't got time to wonder why. The good Lord knows the man I am, and I'll die standing tall with a mic in my hand. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't selling my soul for a seat at your table. I'm rough, I'm raw, I'm wild, I'm able. You can hate my fire, but you can't kill my spark. I'm a midnight flame burning through the dark. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. You can kick rocks. You can kick rocks. You can kick rocks. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Been beat down, but I don't stay low. Got mud on my jeans, still ready to go. Every scar's a story that I survived. I've been through hell, but I'm still alive. They said slow down, boy, don't go too fast. But I ain't never been one to live in the past. I keep moving forward, never looking back, with a worn out hat and a 6-string strap. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down, I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. I've lost some friends, made a few new foes, but that's just life, that's how it goes. I ain't bending over just to please a crowd. If I fall down, I'll fall down proud. I talk my truth, I live my way. Ain't nobody gonna take my say. This road's been rough, but I learned the trade. It's sweat, soul, and dues I paid. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down, I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Let the haters talk, let the rumors fly. I ain't got time to wonder why. The good Lord knows the man I am, and I'll die standing tall with a mic in my hand. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't selling my soul for a seat at your table. I'm rough, I'm raw, I'm wild, I'm able. You can hate my fire, but you can't kill my spark. I'm a midnight flame burning through the dark. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. You can kick rocks. You can kick rocks. You can kick rocks. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Been beat down, but I don't stay low. Got mud on my jeans, still ready to go. Every scar's a story that I survived. I've been through hell, but I'm still alive. They said, slow down, boy, don't go too fast. But I ain't never been one to live in the past. I keep moving forward, never looking back, with a worn out hat and a 6-string strap. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down, I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. I've lost some friends, made a few new foes, but that's just life, that's how it goes. I ain't bending over just to please a crowd. If I fall down, I'll fall down proud. I talk my truth, I live my way. Ain't nobody gonna take my say. This road's been rough, but I learned to trade. It's sweat, soul, and dues I paid. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down, I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Let the haters talk, let the rumors fly. I ain't got time to wonder why. The good Lord knows the man I am, and I'll die standing tall with a mic in my hand. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't selling my soul for a seat at your table. I'm rough, I'm raw, I'm wild, I'm able. You can hate my fire, but you can't kill my spark. I'm a midnight flame burning through the dark. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this live session with Dhyan Vimal. We're coming to you live, raw, and unedited from the Transformation Retreat that's currently happening in Kuala Lumpur. We're broadcasting live on TikTok, YouTube, and Zoom. Dhyan Vimal will be joining us shortly, but before he comes on, let's do a little bit of quorum and get settled. All right, we ask that you join with your camera on. It'll help with the participation of the session. And please minimize your movements. It can be distracting to others. If you have to get up and walk around, just please turn your camera off. And then when you're seated, you can turn it back on. Please also be aware of your breath and the ABC. Right, so most people will know how to do the ABC, so please go ahead and do that. Use the other on the screen. Establish the B. Come back to you, you're the A, becoming aware of the space as the C. We're just going to do that together for a few minutes, and then Dhyan Vimal will be joining us. We've still got people joining in. Our session will start soon. So again, the ABC, you're using the other on your screen as the B. Label yourself as an A and recognize that there's a space in between. You're using the awareness of the other to come back to you. You can switch to the gallery view if it'll help you see other people on the screen. Just being aware of our breath and keeping our backbone straight. And welcome to the new folks. Nice to see all of you. We do have a gift for you guys. You'll notify you at the end of the session. We'll share that with you. It's on our DV study community. The link will be in the chat. And also, for those people just joining, we're doing the ABC method, being aware of our breath, establishing that there's a person on the screen as the B, using that to come back to you as the A, recognizing that there's a space, the C. And we'll be starting shortly with Dhyan Vimal, live, raw, and unedited from the retreat space.
Okay, thank you. Let me know when I can start. Very good. I think today is our 44th day of working. Yeah. And for the people who are being exposed to this for the first time, I give a bit of an introduction. One of the effort we are undertaking is to be free, to be freed from being exploited because we need help. You see, down the ages, teachers, gurus, so-called anybody who wants to help you, keep you in a helpless state. And how you know this is people don't want to seek help anymore. We even deny we need help. Very rarely you can go anywhere and study and you will be allowed to be independent. The teacher becomes bigger than the student. It's like you go to love, you go and want to be loved by somebody. You must always be unloved. The person who loves has the power. That is not what we are undertaking. Nobody is to be lost to a group. Nobody is to be lost to an ideology. You see, why they celebrate an ideology as though the ideology saved them. They are unimportant, the ideology is bigger. We are walking beyond that exploitation. This is very hard to understand because there's such a mess out there. Somebody is nice to you, you owe them. Somebody helps you, can you ever go beyond the state of being helped? Is it possible? So it has taken Master almost 31 years to put the syllabus down. I'm quite kind of happy to declare I retired, in the sense that I'm not needed. I don't need to help you. What is created is for you to help yourself. At most, what has been created is a gym. You have to do the work. By this, your sovereignty is intact. Down the ages, everything has been used to create a group,
And whenever you create a group, it's at the price of an individual. And almost everyone is looking for that, to that supremacy over another human being. And what we have created as a human being is people totally lost to themselves, crippled, dependent. Even the identity depends on that. We don't understand the state of personal supremacy. Remember when I used that word, it's not supremacy over another. A personal supremacy that I am. I'm not more than you. I am, and I recognize you are as you. That none of my trace is left onto you. You wake up to you. Like I was talking to Karen, who have been in the psychiatry field for a long time, seen enough people. We talk about the feel, the human feel, which is the base for a lot of the collapse. What happens? Your feel never gets developed. You are living off the surrogate field. Will the mother ever free the child to be an adult? This is Freudian. Will the father allow? Independent, sovereign. That is why if you see animals, it's interesting. They look after their young, at one point they abandon, It kicks to itself. That loss of this is very hard to explain. I call it as the personal feel. It's why people will not even seek help. Because to seek help is to be trapped, to be helpless. Ask somebody to love you, you must forever be unlovable or unloved. Not that you love me and I'm loved, thank you very much. I'm thirsty, you give me water, thank you. Maybe someday you're thirsty, I'll give you some water. But I'm freed. The disappearance into the collective and to create an identity from the collective alone is a crime. The state of I am, is it possible? If the state of I am exists, you are, you know what is the first thing you feel? I can do this. Down the ages, enough people have exploited in the name of delivering, in the name of helping, in the name of doing. I like a contemporary enlightened man will say, Yuji Krishnamurti will say, you don't have a chance. They can't deliver the goods. And the science behind it is you are absent. It's almost to be with anything, one must become absent. Then you are not. If you really study this, the damage starts from here. Because if you are, and it's not easy to grasp what I'm saying, this is the restoration of your own feel, you. The state of I am is what I can do. I can do. I can go through this. The quorum is to awaken that humanity. We don't have a solution. We can clarify the problem. As you become clear of the problem, you will wake up to your solution. Each one is writing their own chapter, and many here are going to produce their PhD through that. So if I can establish that quorum with you, not trying to be a savior, not trying to rescue you, not trying to do any such thing. I don't even want to use, I want to help you. Maybe we begin by me reminding you have within you a state that you can do this. Is it possible for us to begin to sit that way? And then maybe explore together, share. That you are not abandoned in this process. That we collaborate, we come together. Every discipline that can help us to wake up, we participate. Can we state that nothing begins until I touch that state? I can do this. I must do this. I can and I'm willing. Now we can find the ways. We can find the wisdom. We can find the lessons if we need to. And in that, the key action is I celebrate myself. You are not helpless. You might need some insights, but you are not helpless. If not, we get into that pattern of the world. Have you seen people who claim to love? Claim. Who exhibit their love? They ruin you by making you believe you cannot love you. Like I had a response, somebody once said, Master, I love you. I said, me too. Don't forget that. Because letting you love me, you might make me forget I can love me too, and then you become masterful over me, and I'll be standing in the grocery store. Nothing wrong with that, but is it possible? Is it possible for us to meet? Or we become so desperate, we are made so desperate, we go somewhere and hand over our responsibility and hold on to a philosophy or an idea of someone who promises to deliver us and being exploited by that. We must begin by defending my state of I exist. Remember, when I exist doesn't mean you don't. When I exist, I acknowledge you exist. Is it possible? In this world, the way I've been, am I allowed to acknowledge me rightly? Ask yourself this question. Do you live in a world? Are you surrounded by people that you can acknowledge? It is so nice that after so many years I can be in this position. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with myself a little bit. Maybe I'll come up and talk a little or continue the research. That I can bring you to a point to tell you can do this. When you wake up to the space, I can do this, learning happen. That is the true meaning of disciple, It's not being subdued. It's someone who's in a space who believes I can do this. Suddenly something happens, everything opens up. The way, if I'm being a bit poetic, the universe will teach you. Everything will provide. I have been with some great masters in my life. And I always say, what I've done is build a bridge. The bridge that you are in a space that you can do this. And you're open and willing, then what is the knowledge you need will appear. What is the lesson will appear. So what is that we need to commit to? Let me get into today's topic. Can I commit to live a life in waking and really having fun? Can I commit to live a life in delight, reject sorrow, suffering? When I can do this, when I believe I can do this, I engage. When I engage, my attitude of the engagement has to be questioned. I can engage and make it a suffering, or I can engage like how you struggle to do a puzzle, but you enjoy it. The difference between enjoyment and suffering is you want to quickly do it and escape it. Fun is you don't want it to end sometimes. You want the process to continue. So the inquiry today, how did we invent suffering? Is suffering a reality, or is an exaggeration of some people to make that which is natural in living more than what it is? Is suffering an attitude, How come when you do the puzzle or do something, take a bent stick, hit a small ball, and chase after a hole in the long distance and call it, my God, it's fun. Because the suffering creates an ego, I'm better than you. So the more I pretend to suffer for you or suffer by you, I can claim the moral high, I'm better than you. By that, earn the right to dismiss you and make it all about me. I have boys who work in the farm from Bangladesh. Some of them haven't gone back 3 years, 5 years. Sometimes they only see their family once a year. I do take care of them well, though. But in general, I don't see them suffering until we introduce it. Not it's not right, but it's not suffering. I said, you're honorable. You're working, sending money, taking care of your family. Nowadays, lucky there's a phone. They live off. One of the guys, Mulfi, I think if I'm not mistaken his name, I call him Taliban. He looks like one. He said, when I left my daughter, she was 6 kilo. Now she's 60 kilo. That's how they measure it. I'm like, And he's full of smile and happy. What is that? So maybe today, will you join me to explore? Is this suffering a creation of man? To create superiority over another? To put another in guilt? Is suffering real? Or is it an invention? Is that suffering made so real? That is why we don't want to pursue what can be, worried about the disappointment and the effort. Is suffering invented to control one another? Is suffering created to stop us from expanding, from growing? Is suffering made to be real? So all that we do in our life is to avoid suffering and look for this notion called happiness that was invented by suffering. I'm not saying we don't go through tough times. Is suffering a way somebody creates a mind over themselves in order to punish everybody around them? Is suffering real? Because if suffering becomes real, I don't want to attempt anything, Like the creation of the middle income group is a creation to avoid suffering, but they never become rich either. They just globally created a consumer group. Could I today look into this? You suffered with that person, you suffered this, you suffered working. I'm not saying if you have a chronic illness, you have a pain, that's not suffering. I'm not denying that. But just in general, we are questioning, is suffering real? If it is real, you will never allow yourself to wake up to the truth you can do this. Because you think, if I can do this, I'm volunteering to suffering. By right, the exploration of the more of you, the waking up to love, the waking up to all that can be, participating in creation must be fun. Life must be fun. Like the famous mystic Hafiz will say, I heard God laughing. Is suffering a way to deny you? Is suffering a way not to acknowledge you and to make it about oneself? Is suffering the tool of the ungrateful? Buddha said he wants to end suffering. I'm questioning whether there's such thing. I'm saying suffering is needed. Because if you make suffering real, you don't have to try anything. You don't have to reach to the point you can do this. Because whenever you reach to a point you can do something, you explore, you go, you live, you participate. Is it a way to escape the effort that comes with actualizing you? When a relationship, when they create suffering in a relationship, is it a way to avoid loving one another? Justifying not to love one another? My insight. Explore this. I think suffering is unreal. It's invented, forced upon, created, made real. So one can deny the other and make it all about oneself. By that one gets to escape waking up to what can one come to be. By that never being an offering to anyone. Avoid every process of living. And somehow that has been made the goal. Why do we celebrate rich people? Because they don't have to walk up the stairs, sir. They have a lift in the house. They don't have to drive a car, there's a chauffeur. So why do you celebrate them? Now what happens? When I wake up beyond exploitation and I realize I can do this, and then I demystify the word suffering, suddenly I demand life to be beautiful, life to be joyous, life to be a celebration. If you ever study ancient cultures, one of the root of most of the cultures, the glue that hold the culture together is celebration, The harvest festival, this festival is always a festival. Because whenever you celebrate, if you are into the study of the inner science of the chakras, you will see it's the seventh chakra. It is the ultimate. So have I been trained to reject fun, joy? You see, the moment you embrace joy and living as the actual state of life, if I'm not in it, something is wrong. If I can actually see life must be fun. It should be fun. Meeting each other must be fun, not a dental appointment. Right? Suddenly you will stumble upon this knowledge called creation. Suddenly you will realize you are a creator. And the creator is connected to what I can do. I can do this. And suddenly you become someone who birthed. In the Hindu tradition, the one who touches that utters the word Aham Brahmasmi, he will say, I am Brahman, I am the creator, he will say. People mistake it for the statement, I am God. But he says, I'm a creator. I'm here creating. Then suddenly the creator lives life differently. His entire life is a legacy of giving birth, big or small, irrelevant. He's living in this such a great dance, great celebration, great overpouring, great loving, not as though you need my love. I'm grateful if you receive it. And this is just the point of beginning. This is not even attainment. This is the right beginning that you already are. Is it possible together? We really challenge this notion of suffering. I know some of you will feel that your entire life is being dismissed by my statement. If I happen to do that, no, I'm gladly doing it. I don't care if you get insulted. Some people will say, You have no idea, Master, how much I've suffered. I said, I don't want to know. I know it will be a myth. Because as though the value of you is measured by the suffering. Very few people say, you have no idea how much fun I've had. It's very hard to build an ego from that. You marry each other, you say, you have no idea what I've gone through with that person. Who asked you to? You see, I'm not preaching, I'm not proposing I have found out something you haven't. We are talking together. That's how J.K. will say, sitting together. You are there. I'm here. And when happiness and joy and fun becomes the natural state of you, it indicates you are there. If not, you're absent. Something miraculous happens, the heart happens. I don't mean to be a bit poetic. It's not a spiritual thing. It's an actual thing. Suddenly the heart happens. When this heart happens, suddenly the desire to create, to share, to express comes to be. Something incredible happens, You start pouring. You can't ask me how, but when you're in the right state, a pouring happens. And shouldn't that pouring be the entire effort of human life, to pour it, to express it, to share it, to live it? Then trying to run away from this suffering that is an invention of human mind, that is created by people crippling you and asking you to take refuge in being absent so they can feel they have all power over you. By that, the technique that we landed in this class was, in our inquiry, we landed is in the absence of the other I am. And when I am, that which is beyond mind is present. You see, even when I'm speaking about this, many will find difficult to relate because the pain propels them. The whole idea is to escape suffering. The whole idea is to escape turmoil. The whole idea is to find safety. That's the middle income mind. We rarely come to this state that I want to explode, share, celebrate. I want to live. I want to go out, make it beautiful. But for that, we retreat again. How I have been minus has to be questioned. You understand? Can anybody love you? Or can anybody receive love from you and not to be reduced to someone who is unloved that is loved by you? Or if you love somebody, you are reminding them you already love her. If I offer somebody thirsty a glass of water, it is rightfully his too. Because the rain didn't pour just for me, it poured for everybody. I happened to catch it. Or is it we're going to go into this world of trade? I have it, you don't. Now pay a price. In the ancient time, the monks renounced everything, The tradition I was part of before. Give up everything. They don't want anything. Could it be for this reason? So they can collect themselves back? I know some of you about now will be asking, what are you saying, Master? No, don't worry what I'm saying. Where you are arriving, you matter. What I say is irrelevant. Where are you at now? I'm just provoking you to wake up somewhere. Where are you at now? Are you in a space to confess to all that you can do, all that you can be, all that which is possible? And for that fear that I can't do this must vanish, It's like you ask somebody to love you. The translation is, you cannot love you. You ask for somebody help. The translation is, you cannot help yourself. Ask somebody a question. You cannot think for yourself. Is the assault that broke the notion, I can't do this. I ask for help. I'm not helpless. I don't know doesn't mean I can never get to know. When I free myself from this, I'm in a state I can do this. I bank on me. I don't need anybody to bank on me. Then I'm never absent. Do you understand? I'm present. I'm here. I'm alive. It's incredible, that state. Do you know when you're exploding, when you're loving, when you're fun, you look to share it. You don't need another for it. You see? When you read a good joke, you laugh and then you try to find somebody to share it with. But you don't need another to laugh. You're capable of laughing. Now, I go into it slightly. Would you be someone who will allow that for the people around you? You see, the way I've structured the Institute is a place that everybody will challenge each other to wake up to the best they can be. It's almost by this time that you've been studying for at least 7 to 10 years. The next step is to do your PhD. Almost like a PhD. You see, we are walking away from the structure of the helpless and the one that helps. You understand, sir? We are holding people able. We are not abandoning them. At most, we play a role to remind them they are able. My vision is the day the majority of humanity, or a portion of humanity opens to this, the world will heal, but the power structure will change. Then suddenly my sight of life changes, It's not a suffering to be avoided. Children go to a playground not to avoid suffering, They go there to play. The attitude is slightly different, right? We go to the beach to rest and to have a good time. Now, am I an advocate of that? When something incredible happens, you live a beautiful life, full of fun, joy. You had a great time, a great ride. Somebody dying, hopefully at the age of 100. Emma said, that was one hell of a ride, darling. We'll wait for you on the other end. Take your time. If I know you, you will come late. You always come late. But I'll wait for you on the other end, darling. But now, as I say this, the first thing the brain goes is, I must find somebody to deliver this. Can somebody deliver? Nobody can deliver you, only you can. Then you volunteer to be exploited. And in order to wake up, not to be exploited, I must touch that state. I can do this. And somewhere in this living, sir, not through this pseudo-idiotic meditation and the nonsense, in that living, your enlightenment is hidden, if you don't mind me saying. So it cannot be approached directly. You can squeeze your buttock as much as you want and breathe through your left nostril or do whatever you want. Nothing going to happen. It's going to happen by living a life in delight, in joy, in celebration. Suddenly you dissolve. And the ultimate, something more, which is, one should not even need to express it, comes to pass. Then you are not loving, sir. You come to be that very love itself. Can the speaker give it to you? Not a chance. Is it transferable? No, it's not. It's unique to each individual. I can cheer you on. I can empower you so you survive being abandoned on your own. Then you will say, then what about us? No, we will get together for some creation. We will cooperate in something. We come together. It's like a male and female comes together. A baby comes along. We will birth something together. That's the science of creation. Now, the first impulse of this, if ever it touches you, is the desire to create. It's like Emma Way, we're going to do a PhD in art therapy. Right? She's a therapist, she's doing a PhD. It's somehow reversed, If you're not well, you're not in a good space, if you start painting or doing something creative, you heal. What is that? Is it because it's triggering this within us? Now, the last part of this conversation. Find out why you reject this. For yourself and for another. You don't want another to be free. Is it? Is the obsession in owning somebody? Is that what we have been indoctrinated to enslave one another? There's a book I'm writing now. Took a while to come up. I say the pyramid is still being built. Did we agree to enslavement? We shouldn't, We should celebrate each other's freedom, each other's liberty, each other's individuality. We must be the guardian. Be the reminder you can do this too. When I met my masters, I think the only thing I received from them, I learned a lot, but they are very insignificant, what I learned from them. But what I received is I can do this too. Even though at that time I didn't believe it. All that happened at the end, I didn't become better than you. I just became the best I can be. And the best I can be cannot be compared. We cannot compare each other. We are different. So today, as a meditation, would you mind? A commitment to a life in fun. What do you think? I'm allergic to sorrow and boredom and suffering. It's a medical diagnosis. Fun. Joy. Rest. I don't know if you've ever done any sport you can throttle. Of late, they got me a bike, electric bike, which is a dirt bike. Lord in heaven. When I let it rip. Bit scary though, at my age, but Or we lost entire faith we can do this. We resolve into just being resigned. You see, the work that we do in the Institute, not only they do the work I put down, we work with therapists, psychiatrists, we work with many, many people. And sometimes this state of collapse might need psychiatry help, therapist help. We know some very good ones. Sometimes you could use some help to be restored. And once you are restored, sir, maybe we can live. You see, this that I'm speaking, not to induce you to believe me, I'm rather unimportant, to play a role in you believing you. Soon we just launched an app called Pivot Point. You will hear a lot of the students and a lot of the researchers will publish their struggle, their papers, their insight. You might find comfort in how they are healing themselves. If you can, I would really appreciate it to mark this as a somatic, as how Gregory would say, a somatic biological experience. See whether you allow yourself to wake up to say, I can do this. Then I choose to demystify suffering. And I want to make life fun. For real. Is the wars and all of this, is them trying to distract us from being fun? Now we have what's happening in Iran. The conflict in Russia. Is it to sway us to suffering so the economy as it is will go on? Maybe today's invitation, if you don't mind. It's simple. It's a quote from the Bible, you know. He who is like a child shall enter my kingdom of God. Doesn't mean you wear a diaper. I think what they meant by that is children are fun, you know. They look at life at all. They're curious. They want to participate. They want to grow. That I undertake this celebration to cure this biology from any trace of suffering. In the East, they call it the golden body, the golden light, the golden body. The body has become golden, they say. No sorrow has touched it, no darkness has touched it. We can see them depicted in the Hindu temples, you know. Just take a moment, if you may, you sit with me, and see whether you can try this. Just try. Right? Nora, what do you want me to announce?
Science of Creation Introduction.
Okay. There's a Science of Creation Introduction, handled by some of the students. For those who want to explore it, I would recommend it. But if you don't mind, just for a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, sit with me in this. And then if you can, find the courage to celebrate this. And the courage is birthed when I realize I can do this. I think I'm rather useless to be serious with, I think the world wants very serious people so they can make suffering real and the ego and the rest of it. There's no value in it at all. If you may, just for 1 or 2 minutes, sit in this, and then if you can, honor this and celebrate. Okay, Lokesh? That's good. If you may.
Just a couple of quick announcements before we enter into the celebration. If you'd like to learn more about the science of creation and the work that DV Institute does, I'm hosting a free introduction session next week on February 28th. It's going to be interactive, very engaging, lots of fun. We're going to do some exercises, and then you'll get a sense of what this work is all about. Also, feel free to share it with your family and friends. The more people we have, the more fun it's going to be. The link for that is in your chat. And also, as a thank you for you guys joining us today, we have a gift for you. It's a little ebook by Dhyan Vimal on conscious living. You can get it on the DV Institute community Telegram group. You can join that link, is also there in your chat. The DV study community group on Telegram, it has videos, micro learnings, lots of lessons. We have Zoom sessions and online meditations, and all of it's to support your study in the science of creation. So thank you everyone for joining today, and we'll go to the celebration now.
Too long, you can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down, I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk, I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. I've lost some friends, made a few new foes, but that's just life, that's how it goes. I ain't bending over just to please a crowd. If I fall down, I'll fall down proud. I talk my truth, I live my way. Ain't nobody gonna take my say. This road's been rough, but I learned the trade. It's sweat, soul, and dues I paid. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long. You can hate my style, you can roll your eyes, but I ain't slowing down, I was born to rise. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Let the haters talk, let the rumors fly. I ain't got time to wonder why. The good Lord knows the man I am, and I'll die standing tall with a mic in my hand. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't selling my soul for a seat at your table. I'm rough, I'm raw, I'm wild, I'm able. You can hate my fire, but you can't kill my spark. I'm a midnight flame burning through the dark. So kick them rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my